Good evening. Your Excellencies, dear colleagues, ambassadors of the Latin American sister countries of Spain, ladies and gentlemen, friends of Minu and Bakshi, we are very honored, my wife Nadia and myself, as Ambassador of Spain to India, to host this evening to honor Minu Bakshi. You may ask, why? Which is a question that has been asked many a time, and even and above all to Minu herself. Those of you that are here are family and friends, and the Latin American ambassadors here present also have a very important role in the life of Minu Bakshi. I want to tell you today that the reason that brings us together here tonight is that Professor Minu Bakshi has many more merits than just those that are of the academic world. Those also are very important. She has taught many generations of young Indians Spanish, Spanish interpretation, and the love and the passion for Spain. But that, above all, is what Minu Bakshi stands for. Some years back, I won't say how many, she went to Spain as a very young woman. She studied in the Complutense University, and she was bitten by the mosquito of love for Spain and Spanish culture. But then, of course, came the obvious consequence. She was contaminated in the good sense. She was overwhelmed by, in the good sense, the culture of Latin America. And today we can say without any doubt that Professor Minu Bakshi is a brand ambassador of Spain, is a brand ambassador of Spanish, is a brand ambassador of Latin America. Minu Bakshi is a polyphacetic woman. She's not just a very beloved and respected professor at JNU University. There's a saying in Spanish that says that, I'll say it in Spanish if I may, after all this is the Spanish Embassy, aquí yace Juan sin miedo, el que el miedo no conoció porque nunca se examinó. Which means, in a vague translation, that here lies John without fear because he never took an exam. Well, that is not what happens to Minu Bakshi because her students love her. But this is not only Minu Bakshi. Minu Bakshi is an artist in heart and soul. She's a poet and a writer. And she is, above all, a very distinguished and generous philanthropist and a member of this great society, of this great nation, of this many times centenary, 4,500 years of history of this great society that India is. Minu Bakshi has proven many times that she is generous. For 35 years, she has promoted Spanish, Spain's history, Spain's culture, our lifestyle, and even her own daughter went to Spain to study and also became another brand ambassador of Spain. We hope that the actions that her family have undertaken with all of you, helping us bring more and more Indians into Spain, 200,000 a year right now. India is a country that is very much in fashion in Spain today. Spain, I hope, is becoming more and more in fashion in India. And this is very much what we are here to do. We are here to promote the brotherly bonds between our two nations. And I am very, very proud to say that we have here tonight almost all the Latin American ambassadors, and those that didn't make it were for professional reasons or because they're not in the country. So I am extremely grateful to all my colleagues for their presence, because after all, Minu Bakshi has not only promoted Spain she has promoted Spanish, which is our common heritage, and of course I include in that our Portuguese-speaking brother Brazil has Spanish as a second language in the country, but above all has promoted the spirit of friendship and brotherhood that unites us all. You can see that in the Cervantes Institute, which is our common home, where so many of my colleagues celebrate their cultural events. And we are here together, Minu, today, with Kami and your children and your family to bestow upon you the honors that His Majesty King Felipe has given. But I want to tell you that the birth of this initiative is older than our friendship, which, no matter how tight it may be, it is relatively recent. But we had already decided to honor you before we even knew you. I even wrote it when I proposed this declaration, that Spain, and if I may say so, all of those that speak Spanish, have a debt of honor that is too old with Minu Bakshi, with Professor Minu Bakshi. Today, we want to honor this debt in a very solemn way. Here, at the residence of the Ambassador of Spain, the house of His Majesty King Philip, who has actually stayed here, of his mother, the Queen Mother, who has also stayed here, this symbol of Spain and India. And Minu is another symbol of Spain in India, of Spanish in India, and of Latin American in India. Thank you very much.